Welcome to the
Thank you.
Stupski Foundation.
Well, I'm really looking forward to just learning more about your work and all the great stuff you've been doing.
Yeah, I think you think that's what's going to happen, but we're actually going to do a shooting of Philanthropy Confidential. I'll explain more in a little bit.
What?
We are back with another edition of Philanthropy Confidential. My name is Jen, and because I did not want to subject you to just seeing me on camera again, I'm here with a friend, a very special friend, Shaady Salehi, who is the co-executive director of the Trust-Based Philanthropy Project. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm happy to be here. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm ready.
Fridays at Stupski.
So thank you guys so much for doing this. This is going to be exciting. This will be our second edition of Philanthropy Confidential video version. So we're going to have you do a few warm-up questions. The first one you'll find is in the top drawer of that file cabinet. Jen, can you pull them out?
I have to do it again?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Would you like to read this one?
Choose your avatar, pug, Shiba Inu, or cat. Now you can see.
What is your avatar?
I gotta go with the Shiba Inu.
I would go with the pug. I have a feeling I have breathing issues just like the pug. So I like it. I think it's very cute.
Well, that's really good news because you'll find both of those avatars in the drawer below.
Oh, wow. Does it matter who takes which one?
Not at all.
Okay, why don't you take that
Okay,
one?
I will take this one. Where do you get these
Yeah,
things?
these are so nice.
I'm very worried about what's about to happen.
I got the Shiba Inu.
You got the...
And you got
I
the
got
pug.
the pug.
How did you know?
I got the pug. I have breathing issues.
Oh, I love it.
So we're going to ask you to put on the blindfolds for the next exercise.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's made for a child. It's a child-sized...
This is really, this is all about trust right now.
Yeah, I don't believe in trust-based philanthropy anymore. I don't believe in it. This is what we're doing. With the blindfold
And the
on.
questions are in there? My God.
Shaady, you should definitely sue us after all this is done. Okay.
I don't think you can do much damage with what you've got in your
Okay.
hand.
Where is the... Okay. Okay, where is it?
The rest of your questions are inside the piñata.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will start off. What's scarier, funders who posture or funders who stay silent?
That's really tough.
They're both bad.
I would say funders who stay silent, especially because right now we need more funders speaking up.
Right. The rhetoric matters a lot.
Yeah.
The money, of course, matters more,
Yes.
but the rhetoric matters a lot.
Yes. It's a long one.
Okay, it's a long one. It's a spicy question.
Okay.
How did trust-based philanthropy, developed by coastal elites, how did it become the gold standard of philanthropy after local funders already gave this way for decades? Now, before you answer this question, I have a contextual question for you. From a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not very annoying and 10 being very, very annoying, how annoying is this question for you?
I mean, I can understand where this question is coming from, but I would say probably like an 8.5 on the annoying scale.
A lot of restraint here. Great. So I am curious to know, why do we need... I actually think the spirit of this question is actually not about trust-based philanthropy. I had a really fantastic exchange with the person who submitted this question.
Okay.
And it's really about, from our perspective, the amount of infrastructure that's needed to support philanthropy. So maybe the question is less about trust-based philanthropy and more, why do you think we need so much infrastructure to convince donors to just give money away?
I mean, that's a great question. It's a sector that is resistant to change and has been resistant to change. Mm-hmm. So we have to get creative in ways that we can actually spark a movement for change. So yes, a lot of funders have already been practicing in this way, but there was never a shared language or a name for this approach. Mm-hmm. So in naming it, it gave us a shared language that funders who shared those values and those approaches could identify with that, reinforce that language, and use that as a strategy to influence their peers. Mm. And data shows that funders are most influenced by other funders. So when we could get funders kind of using that language and talking about their approach in this way, then it can really help influence others and kind of create a sense of FOMO, I guess, for other funders to be like, wait, maybe we should be considering that. But I get the spirit of the question that, you know, why is there so much infrastructure built? Why do we have to do all this stuff? But really, I mean, what has shown us over the years is that we actually did need to name it so that we could create this movement and normalize it. And by the way, I'm not a coastal person. I grew up in Ohio. I'm born and raised in Ohio. So I don't identify as a coastal elite in this context. And I came into this work with the perspective of a nonprofit leader. Like, I was a fundraiser. I'm actually still a fundraiser in my current role. So the motivation behind this whole effort was to actually translate the lived experience of nonprofit leaders for funders in a way that would be convincing and persuasive to them to shift their practices.
Gotcha. So what I learned, two really quick things. One, FOMO is a huge currency in philanthropy. Two, that it was actually grantees who were really asking us to come together and develop a framework because they weren't experiencing the things that they needed in the field. And three, you're from Ohio. She's from Ohio. I have to say, I love Ohio. I've been to Columbus a few times. I think it's quite a wonderful city. So go Ohio and go trust-based philanthropy. This is such a good question.
Okay.
What's the most annoying question people have about trust-based philanthropy?
There's so many annoying questions.
I can
Jen,
imagine.
You've got one.
Do I have one?
You've got one.
So I think the most annoying thing that I've heard is that it's not rigorous.
Yep.
That's just giving money away. Which, first of all, what's wrong with just giving money away? That's number one. And two, I would argue that this is actually a much more rigorous way of being because you actually have to face real issues and not hide behind reports and data.
100%.
Do you have a top annoying question?
I would say my number one most annoying question is, how do you ensure accountability if you're giving in a trust-based way? And there's so much packed into that, but basically the mindset is, if you're streamlining processes and giving unrestricted funding, then there's no way the nonprofit is going to be accountable or feel a sense of accountability to the funder, which is wild to me because, as you pointed out, it's a really relational approach. It actually creates more accountability and mutual accountability. But again, I think, you know, that perception is that you have to control and monitor and oversee everything in order to ensure that, you know, a nonprofit will like report back on what's happening.
Right, right. And one thing to add is nonprofits are not accountable to funders, nor should they be. They should be accountable to community.
100%.
That is the most important thing. So Shaady, thank you so much for being here. I also feel inclined to apologize to subject you to all that you've experienced with the piñata situation. And I really appreciate the way that you are in the world and in philanthropy, because trust-based philanthropy is so important to our field. So just thank you for all the work that you do as well. For those of you who want to see me hit more piñatas, answer ridiculous questions, talk about the state of Ohio, et cetera, please go to the Stupski website and submit your questions. We're so eager to hear from you and to do this again soon.